some residents in a Carroll County town are unhappy about the conditions of several properties. News 18's Brad Oppenheim tells us more about the concerns raised and how the owner plans to take action.
The town of Flora is home to more than 2,000 people, and over the past couple of months, some residents have voiced concerns about the condition of some properties in town. Town Council President Josh Ayers says some of those concerns include zoning and the aesthetics of the properties.
We continue to keep a close eye on this situation and make sure that things progress in a positive manner, as much as we can control.
Paul Ryder is a contractor and owns the properties that have raised concerns. While he declined an on-camera interview, he says he's well aware of the concerns. Right now, Ryder owns 7 properties throughout Flora and says he's working diligently to rehabilitate the properties and rent them out. Ryder has been provided a copy of the town's public nuisance ordinance and says he understands there are some issues that need to be addressed. He wants to assure that he's doing everything he can to make things right and wishes those with worries would speak with him directly. Ayers says he's glad to see the properties become livable again, but wants to make sure things are done the right way.
I'm always concerned about any resident that has any kind of complaint or any concern, and I'll always follow up into that, and I have in this case, and it seems to me that Mr. Ryder is taking these properties that weren't livable and making them livable, and while some may not agree with his methods, I think we're moving forwards and not backwards.
As far as a time frame, Ayers says the town doesn't have any ordinance that addresses when construction must be complete. As for right now,
I think that all we can do is hope that he makes good on all of his promises and that he completes these projects and puts a renter in these houses that adds to our society and not takes away from it.
Reporting in Flora, Brad Oppenheim.